We've got half an hour before we have team meeting. I was off last week, so I'm back. Sometimes it's almost like when you're in the routine and you're just constantly working, you just get used to it, and then you take a break and then you come back to it, and it's like, oh, you just like have to force yourself through it. Anyway, we move. So I wanted to there's two kind of topics I want to touch on, but I might make a whole series for the next topic. And that topic is just talking about the goal of these narcopaths, these energy vampires, these destiny blockers, shapeshifters, lizard people. I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about the parents as well. I really need to flesh out the parents because I've got so many examples from my own life and from things that I see in my day-to-day life. And I was speaking on the last two videos about that specific guy that I'd seen and how he was treating his daughter. And it just reminded me about sort of, if you think about some of those Disney films, yeah, they grow up making us like very blue pill, very like, you know, love exists and fairy tale or whatever. But there are some serious like messages in them as well. Some like more like on the spiritual side. And I started thinking about Cinderella. That's literally the empaths. Like Cinderella is like the ugly, not ugly, but she's the one that's kept in the basement and she's living with all these bugs and has all the rips in her dress, and then she gets beautified and then her glow is there, but the whole time she's getting gaslit by her two ugly sisters. And that's basically the life of an empath. Empaths live your existence. Even I get this sometimes with work, where they're, you know, doing a certain job, there's certain tasks that need to be done, and you know, my area is like it's a specific kind of training, like it's like more testing and sort of wiring and looking at the diagram, the schematics and working things out. But when I go on site with certain supervisors or certain people, they'll put you in a job where it's like you're doing something that's, I hate saying something below you, but you're doing tasks that you don't need your qualifications. You don't use your qualification, you don't use your experience, your skill set. You'll be doing like some laborious thing. I had this at another role where I was working with in a department where we had to change these lights in this massive building, like remedial works. And I was given a job where, you know, I had to do all of these staircases, like from the top to bottom, ripping out the lights, you know, making sure it was the correct type of light from the drawing that the client wanted, drilling the holes, hanging it up. Just doing something like, say that job was like a job that 2 people could have gone, but they'll just send you by yourself, or 3 people could have done that job. Or there was a time when I was doing a job where it was on this staircases. It was another staircase. It was at a venue, and the guy got me to work alone, and it was like a massive drop, a high ladder, and the drop, if you looked over the banister, was extremely high. So it was kind of like a hazard, like health and safety, because there wasn't anything to stop you from falling off the ladder if the ladder had fallen. But they would still say to you, can you go and change these cylinder lights into LED type lights? And you have to like literally up there with your drill and taking it off and fitting it, and you just end up sort of getting through it. You just somehow, obviously the grace of God, you just manage to do these jobs. But it's that thing when I was talking about that guy where he was just like trying to humble me, but people are always trying to humble us in general. In the gym, it happens a lot. They're trying to like show us, oh, you're nothing special. I'm better than you, you know, don't think that, you know, who do you think you are, this kind of narrative. But it's the last thing that's we're really thinking about. It's nothing that we don't think about things like that. We're not even competing with them. We are literally trying to do a little bit better than we did yesterday with ourselves, if anything, and we just end up learning things, and we just end up becoming good at it. It's not something that we consciously do, but it's something that, you know, resonates. Like people just see our work and the style of work. Even just now, I was in a depot and somebody was like, "Oh, we were working together, weren't we, the other day?" And I did this, and I was like, "Yeah." I had to disagree. It was true, but he was just using me as the evidence, and I was like, "Yeah, that happened." You know, like they know that we're reliable. Like when we do something, we try and do it properly. And yeah, we're literally the stepping stone, like the reliable backup, consistent determination. Like we always work, like do what we can, and they don't give us any credit for it, no validation. They just end up just cussing us out, taking the credit, stealing from us, making us believe something that's the opposite of what is the actual thing, and then steal your work, your resources from you, if that not be like your energy, because they're feeding off that energy from you. So you end up feeling empty, and they feel all like energized and go forth with that your energy. Or they'll actually steal something physically from you. And like I was on these jobs where there was these leftover equipment, and they just don't give you your share. Like they'll just take your share. You don't, like, you don't even deserve a share. How dare you? Or there's an inheritance. There was some land that should have been shared out. You just get thrown out. They just remove your whole share, the inheritance. They just steal it. They want the power over your parents that have passed away. They know best. They'll find excuses why they'll take your share. Like say if you get drunk once, or you go out and you just waste yourself one time in like 8 months or whatever, and they'll just use that as the reason, you're not to be trusted. They don't trust themselves, basically, so they kind of project that on everyone that surrounds them. Like, because they're not trustworthy means you're not trustworthy, and they're the ones that have all these secrets, you know, these like going to Dubai, different countries, getting up to all kind of things, doing things in secret. Yeah, we're not perfect. We have our you know, our crutches and things. We make mistakes on the things as well, but the difference is we don't look for weaknesses in people or areas that we can attack people or use against people, whereas these people do. There was a time when I was actually going out with a group when I didn't know, just all these fake friends were out. They're all narcs, but I was seeing someone, but me and that narcissist partner as well, we kept on. That's what happens. You have like a tumultuous relationship, like breaking up, getting back, turbulent, getting back, breaking up, you know, the sort of push pull. And when I was out, there was a time when one of them, a guy, was I went up the stairs to talk to someone, like a girl, and he came behind me, like creep up the stairs to film. Because the thing is, when you're dealing with somebody, if you're a guy, or mainly guys, I'm sure girls do this too, they try and cheat on with your partner. But that particular girl was a narc, so she was doing lots of cheating behind my back with all of these guys anyway. But they want a reason to abuse you, to justify what they're doing. But the thing is, they already do it because that's just their nature. But they like to have something to say. Oh, I put a secret camera in your place because I don't trust you because you did this, or I followed you because you were cheating. But they're the ones cheating on you. They're the ones with the double, you know, playing things double-handedly. Because the thing is, this behind your back, two-faced, not double. Yeah, they like doing that because they like secrets, and they just like knowing something you don't know. So if you're dealing with a girl and that girl is like the pass around, like everybody sleeps with that girl, you will be the person in the dark. Happened to me many times. You'll be the person that won't know. You've been in the dark. And the thing is, they like, deep down, they kind of admire you and they want to be you. So they want to do everything that you do. So if you're seeing someone and sleeping with someone, they want to sleep with her because that's what you're doing. Like, I was in a group once where I bought this type of drink, ginger beer or something it was, when I was on site. And then the next day I turned up and 2 of the other people that I was working with were drinking that exact brand, exact flavor that I had been drinking. Like, they just like, they got no originality, like zero. Like, they don't ever create anything. They're serious, but they will make you believe that you are like the robot, like the plain, like boring, you don't have anything going, but they just take everything from you. It's happened so many occasions where they use things against you, they lie on you, they do these smear campaigns, spreading all these vicious rumors, they're exaggerating on you. But yeah, they'll make you, I did feel like that on certain cases when I was in those groups of narcissists where you're always trying to play catch up to them. So they play these games, man, so that it really attacks your self-esteem being around narcissists, these energy vampires, because they make you not believe in yourself. So this, if anyone's watching this video, my videos, man, like, oh yeah, like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the content. If there's anyone watching this, this is one of the keys, yeah? Try your hardest to not believe what they say, because the narcissists are not worth anything, because they don't have any soul, they don't have any real personality, because they're disordered, yeah? They're broken people. Don't believe what they tell you. I think that's someone that I'm working with. Don't believe, but we'll wait for a meeting. Don't believe what they tell you. Try to keep moving forward positively, and you can do it in secret as well. I had a neighbor that I was speaking to a few days ago because there was that alarm going off in my house, and I was speaking to him and I kind of started oversharing a little bit about the flat where the alarm was coming out of the people who lived there, because they were very highly narcissistic too. And then when I got back to my place, I was like, why was I giving away this information? So we need to remind ourselves as well not to try to do this as well, where we're giving away too much information. We have to really like be concentrate when dealing with these characters, and they're everywhere. They are everywhere, yeah? They're in they're your work, your gym, your neighborhood, your family members, your friends. You have to really focus. Like, don't give them information. Don't let them know where you go. You have to change your routine. If you're going somewhere all the time, the same time, switch it up. Like, take a different route. Go at a different time. You start seeing all these like weird things. I've got a guy working at my flat at the moment, and he's always like trying his best to go when he knows I won't be in, and noises happening behind the toilet and all kinds of weird gang stalking maneuvers. It's like they're all in on it, and it's like, it's a spiritual thing. I don't think they're aware of the aggravation they're trying to put us through. But you know, no weapons formed against us shall prosper. Just if you're doing something, do it. And I've started doing, like, falling back, like enjoying stuff that I used to enjoy before that I stopped doing because of what had happened after my narcissistic abusive relationships. So if there's stuff that you stop doing, it's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. That in time you will slowly heal, and you will slowly start picking those hobbies up again, those interests up again. Yeah, don't believe the hokey doke, whatever they're saying, and don't try to think too much of what it is they're saying, the smear campaign. Ignore it. Just know that, you know, like, God knows everything that happened. Like, that's the main thing, that like no one can judge you. They can talk about you, they can laugh in your face. Try not to be too reactive. Try and stay fit, positive, go in gym, eating healthy, have a nice clean break, as in the holiday season's coming, go beer mode, work harder in the gym, don't drink too much, just try to do it in a balanced way as best you can. It's not easy, especially if you're going to be surrounded by these fake family members, which I'm definitely not going to be. But if you are, try to don't let them put you asleep or put you back in those belief patterns, like just belief systems. Just ignore them. Just remember that, you know, you're your own individual person with your own independent views and viewpoints and ideas, and that's okay. All right? Yeah. Take it easy. Bye.